Good afternoon. How is everybody doing? For those of you who may not know me, my name is Renarda Joy, and for the next 30 days, I am going to give you tips, tools, and insight all new for real estate investing. Now, my mission is to shrink the intergenerational wealth gap through real estate investing. And I want to use this platform to sound the alarm. Now, I just want to know before I get started, yesterday we talked about the conversation about having a legacy mindset. It starts with the mind. But before we get into today's conversation, I want to know who's here, where you're from, and if you got any value from yesterday's conversation, make sure to put that in the chat for me as well. Now, today's conversation is all about myths and misinformation. Now, depending on who you ask about real estate investing, you're going to get a lot of mixed reactions, right? Yeah, real estate can be laborious and it can be fun and exciting. But let's talk about a few myths and misinformation. So the first thing that I hear is people are like, do I have to have a real estate license? No, you don't have to have one. Now, if you do have a real estate license, it's good because now you have a foundation of the information, right? But if you don't have one, it's okay because guess what? You can put a real estate agent on your dream team, but not just any real estate. Make sure that it's one that's investor friendly, right? And you can still get the information. There's so many different places now that are out there that you can get all of the knowledge that you need to be an informed real estate investor. The second thing that I hear is, do I have to be rich and be wealthy and have a lot of money? We're going to get to that one in a minute. But let me deal with this other one. You can't work and be a landlord at the same time. That's not true. You just got to have systems. And today you can outsource. There's so many tools. There's property management company. There's so many different ways that you can still work and be a landlord at the same time. Now, when I started my real estate investing journey, there wasn't any meetup groups and I didn't have anybody that was in my inner circle that was actually investing. So you can only imagine all of the information that was out there. I wasn't sure what was true and what wasn't. So I literally had to navigate through that, but I did. So I want to help you with that. Another myth is I heard somebody say, I can buy a property today, put it on the market, fix and flip it, sell it in an hour, and now I'm rich and I can start this over. You guys, you can't do that. I think a lot of times people think that because they watch those shows on HGTV. Those shows, they're fun. And sometimes they can be they can give you a lot of information. But can I tell you, they're scripted. And not only are they scripted, but they have a vast amount of resources that are available to them. Now, I'm not trying to say you can't buy a property and you can't fix and flip it because I've done that. But there's a lot of moving pieces to that, right? You got to be able to interface with people. You got to be able to run the numbers to determine if it's a deal or no deal. You'll hear people say, you got to figure out, is it an AR? What is the ARV? And ARV, just so that you know, it stands for the after repair value, which means just what it sounds like. After the property is repaired, what is the value? So I just want to manage your expectations. So going back to the second question that I said, that you have to have a lot of money and you have to be rich. Yes, it does take money to make money. You do have to have some money. You can start savings for it, right? You can reach out to a financial advisor who can sit down with you to design some sort of savings roadmap of how you can create the path to actually save for your down payment or whatever other resources that you need for your investment property. Or right now, FHA has a lot of different products, especially for those who are trying to invest. So look for some of those programs. The last way that you can do that is you can partner with somebody like a seasoned investor. I remember when I got started, I had the know-how and I had some capital, and then I ended up partnering with someone who didn't have any know-how, but they had some capital. We were able to pool our resources together and we got our very first property, which was a 6-family in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. So it can be done. You just have to be strategic and have a game plan, right? It starts with the mind. Remember, what you're doing today, is this part of the legacy that you want to create? So I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any myths or anything you're unsure of and you want to find out if it's true, put it in the chat, because today and tomorrow, rather, I'm going to come back and I got a couple of more myths and misinformation that I do want to share with you. So, again, I hope that this has been valuable for you. If you're watching this and you're outside of my personal business page, rather, I want you to make sure that you join my business page, which is renardajoylive.com. Now, understand this. I don't want you to join for the likes. I want you to join so that you can be informed, you can get notified and stay updated when I come out with new information. But more importantly, I want you to join so that you can help me shrink the intergenerational wealth gap. So again, I promise you I will be quick each and every day for the next 30 days. And if you're just joining me, we're wrapping up day 2. If you missed anything, you can watch today, the replay from today and tomorrow. And if you have any comments or if I gave you value, leave it in the comments because I want to come back and read them all. I will be back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST. Have a good night.